Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Friday morning. It's a coffee kind of morning for sure. Um, Day off today, thank God, because today's the first day of opening. Phase one, I guess. There's three phases of opening in Ontario, and I'm sure it'll be crazy today. So I'm staying away from everything. I do have to work tomorrow, unfortunately, but yeah, it's so I thought I'd do something I did 6, 8 months ago, maybe a year ago. Um, my collection has grown in that year's time quite a bit, and back then a year ago or so, I did A to Z um, separately. I did albums and then I did CDs. This time I'm gonna combine the two. I think not consistently. I'm still going to do my a look at series. Still going to do my albums to discover series. So every once in a while, I'll throw in um, a letter. This time I'm obviously going to start with A's. I thought of starting going backwards, but A's just means more logical way to go, and have a lot of fun doing it. And as I said, gives me a chance to rediscover some great albums that I have, as those other two series are doing for me as well, and show you guys what I got. So it's going to have a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully it'll be a success in doing it as well. Before we get into it, though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. And it's with your support, your great comments, your subscriptions, your likes, that it just keeps on encouraging me to do this stuff. And I love doing it. So thank you. Thank you all. Love you all. So I'm going to start off the bat with a funny one maybe. But serious artist. I mean, this guy's been around forever. 80 years old, I think he is. This album's still sealed. I've considered whether to open it or not. But it was given to me, and I can't resist showing it. Paul Anka's greatest hits. I mean, the fact that he's Canadian, hugely successful artist, one of the tops as far as performers, and yeah, it's there's Mr. Anka there, but again, a Canadian icon, international icon. You got Diana, big hit for him. Um, you've got Puppy Love, made famous by the Osmonds. Um, I Don't Sleep Alone, Put Your Head on My Shoulder, Lonely Boy, another big hit for him. Um, what else is on here? You have My Baby, another one for him. So yeah, as I said, it ends with My Way. So what more do you want? It's still sealed, and again, 1986 release. I'm still just determining whether to open it or not, but hey, it was in the A's. Um, so let's start off with this amazing supergroup, Asia. And again, I haven't replaced a lot of the sleeves yet. I'm in the process of trying to replace all the sleeves, but it's a costly thing and a timely thing as well. So I've got to get more sleeves. But what an amazing debut album this is. Asia, of course, huge supergroup from London, England. You got bassist John Wetton from King Crimson in UK, two great bands. You got Steve Howe, the amazing guitarist from Yes. You got Jeffrey Downs, keyboardist from Yes, and of course Carl Palmer, big drummer for Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And what an amazing debut, as I said. Heat of the Moment, big hit off of this one, #1 hit. Only Time Will Tell and Soul Survivor. Love it. Their follow-up, their second album, Alpha. Not as commercially successful as their debut, but still a decent album. Um, and they had a theme going on. All their albums pretty much started with A for the longest time, I think. I don't have any of their other albums, just these two. But this is 1983 release, um, partially recorded in Quebec and Toronto, which was cool. Um, and includes "Don't Cry" and "The Smile That Left Your Eyes." So awesome album, awesome band, awesome band. Um, you've got Argent, big hit um, by the band Argent. Hold Your Head Up. Rod Argent, of course, started the band. Who was with the Zombies. A little heavier than the Zombies, of course, but great band. Formed in 1969. This one is 1971's Ring of Hands, second album by the band. Includes the song Chains, which Three Dog Night did a version of it later on in their discography. Great album. It's on the Epic label. And the only other one I have by Argent is Counterparts, and this is on the Orange RCA label. Counterparts, the 1975 release and the final album by Argent. And Phil Collins actually played drums on that one, which is kind of cool. You've got The Alarm, great Welsh band, kind of new wave alternative rock band from Welsh, formed in '81. This is 1987's Eye of the Hurricane, third album by the band. Includes Rain in Summertime, Rescue Me, and that Rescue Me was a song included in the TV series 21 Jump Street. It was part of their soundtrack. And The Presence of Love. Great album. Great album. I don't listen to it much. I haven't listened to it in quite a while, but still a great album. Next, one of my favorite bands from Canada. Let's start off with the first one here. You got April Wine, great Canadian hard rock band. These guys are amazing. From Nova Scotia, formed way back in 1969. Based out of Montreal now, I think, if I recall. The four albums I have, I think, was their peak of their success. So I've got 1978's First Glance, as I said. Number one hit, Roller, which was a big hit in Flint, Michigan, and that's what got them on the map as far as international. After they got big in Flint, they started opening up for Rush and Journey and Styx and all those big bands. Rock and Roll is a Vicious Game, another big hit off of this one. But what a great album. What a great album. So that's the seventh album. So basically 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th album, the ones I'm going to show you, was when they were at their peak. And then you've got 79's Harder Faster, 8th album by them. Another great album. They do a great version of King Crimson's 21st Century Schizoid Man. And I Like to Rock, another big hit for these guys. Great album. Again, another one. Nature of the Beast, probably the most commercially successful album, one of my favorites. It's a 9th album released in '81. Sign of the Gypsy Queen, love that track. Just Between You and Me, All Over Town, 3 big hits off of this one. Great album. And then I got Power Play. I mean, these guys had 20 albums, so I've still got a lot of discography to get from these guys. But Power Play, 10th album released in '82. Enough Is Enough, big hit off of that one, and Tell Me Why, which is a version of Lennon and McCartney's song Tell Me Why. Um, then you've got America. I didn't realize that they were formed in London, but the reason they were formed in London is because all of them were children of Air Force people that were stationed in London and grew up in London. So that's how they became a London formed band, even though they're American. This is the debut release. A great album. Horse with No Name. It wasn't on the original version of this one, and then it became a huge hit, and then they re-released this album and put Horse with No Name on it. This one has Horse with No Name on it, but great album. And then I've got History, Greatest Hits. Got, of course, all their huge hits off of this one. Horse with No Name's on this one as well. Ventura Highway, one of my favorites. Muskrat Love, Lonely People, Sister Golden Hair. These guys were just everything they did was gold. But great album, greatest hits album. Another Canadian icon, Mr. Bryan Adams. This guy was huge. I've seen him I don't know how many times. He's just a staple in Canada, all over the place. Saw him at Canada's Wonderland, which was kind of like the Disney World of Canada. Saw him on Canada Day on Parliament Hill. I've seen him in concert all over the place. He's just in the '80s. He was playing all over Ontario basically, but became an international star. Singing with Tina Turner and Sting and Rod Stewart. Just an international. He sold over 100 million albums worldwide in his career. So he's no slouch. So Cuts Like a Knife, third album by Mr. Adams. You got the big hit, Straight from the Heart, Cuts Like a Knife. This time, the best was yet to come. I mean, this guy was a hit maker for sure. Great album. And then you've got Reckless here. It's on red vinyl, which I love as well. That was one of the reasons that it enticed me to buy it. Even though I love Bryan Adams, don't get me wrong. Fourth album, released in '84. This one sold 12 million albums worldwide, so again, no slouch of an album. 6 singles off of this one. We got Run to You, Somebody, Heaven, Summer '69, huge hit. One Night Love Affair, and It's Only Love. Big album for Bryan Adams. And then Into the Fire, fifth album by Mr. Adams. Another one with 6 singles off it. You got Heat of the Night, Hearts on Fire, Victim of Love, Only the Strong Survive, Into the Fire as well. The title track, and Another Day. Remarkable stuff. How about the Allman Brothers? What a band. What a band. I don't have hardly enough of Allman Brothers, but of course, great Southern rock band. I love this album, Brothers and Sisters. 1973 release. They got the beautiful Jessica on here, and Ramblin' Man, of course. Awesome stuff. And what can you say about this? Live at the Fillmore East. Only 7 songs, but 7 historic, amazing songs. You got Statesboro Blues, Done Someone Wrong, Stormy Monday, You Don't Love Me, Hot Lanta, In Memory of Elizabeth Reeves, and Whipped Post. That's a great album. Love it. I have also Beginnings. Beginnings is the remake of their first 2 albums, self-titled Allman Brothers and Idlewild South. Something I Crossed the Bears on here. Trouble No More. Whip and Post. Midnight Rider. In Memory of Elizabeth Reed. Amazing, amazing album. Love it. Ring wear, but the album itself, it's on the Adco label. The album itself is in great shelf, the vinyl. Then I've got a self-titled, a solo album by Mr. Allman himself. 1973 debut called Laid Back. Includes Midnight Rider on this one. And he wrote this and produced this and made this while he was still working on Brothers and Sisters. So kind of a side project for him at the time. But great stuff. Love it. Love it. What's next? This is a great rockin' album. I just picked this one up out of the blue, but the title, the cover enticed me, and I figured it's got to be a punk rock, pop rock, some type of new wave band. And this is Any Trouble. Any Trouble is a great album. British rock band from the 80s. They were touted as one of the best rock bands in the 80s in England. Kind of an Elvis Costello feel and a Pretenders feel to it. So you combine those two together and you've got Any Trouble. This is Where Are All the Nice Girls? 1980 release. Awesome album. A lot of fun. This is AFT, or Automatic Fine Tuning. Unfortunately, the only album that these guys put out, but it's a heavy metal album, mostly instrumentals, but it's so friggin' good. It's really good. I was listening to it again the other day just to refresh, because I hadn't heard it in a while. But man, what a great album, AFT. Another hidden gem favorite of mine, Atlanta Rhythm Section. These guys are really good. They're kind of a southern rock, soft rock band out of Georgia. This is Rock and Roll Alternative, 1976 release. So Unto You is a big hit off of this one. It's a great album. Great band as well. I love these guys. Then you've got, what's next? You've got California Jam, or Champagne Jam, sorry, California Jam. Champagne Jam, Imaginary Lover, of course, the big hit off of this one. California Jam, 1978. I keep on calling it California Jam. Champagne Jam, 1978 release. Again, Imaginary Lover became a top 10 hit internationally. Awesome album. And then you've got Quinella, 1981 release. Alien was the big hit off of this one. And unfortunately, their last top 40 hit. But great band. Atlanta Rhythm Section. Love it. Jan Ackerman. I think it's Jan. This is Jan Ackerman live. It's on the Atlanta label. Jan Ackerman, Dutch guitarist. He was with the band Focus. And then he went out solo. It's prog rock, blues, jazz fusion. This was live in Montreux. And it's so good. Really good. Good album. This guy's an amazing guitarist. He really is. You've got German synth pop band Alphaville on the album Forever Young. Big hit, of course, the title track Forever Young. Awesome stuff. Great album. Carmen Apiece, great American drummer. He played with Vanilla Fudge, Jeff Beck, King Cobra, Cactus, the band Cactus. This is 1981 album. Um, it's so good. It really, really is. Um, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Uh, Soundtrack to American Graffiti. This is a classic. Someone was showing this the other day. I can't remember who, but all kinds of 50s and 60s greats on this one. It's a great movie. I watched it a little while ago, and it's a fantastic movie. Fantastic soundtrack as well. Just a fun soundtrack to listen to. Love it. Then you got Norwegian synth band Aha. This is the album Hunting High and Low, 1985 release. Debut album, biggest selling album, of course, as well. And it sold something like 11 million copies worldwide. Take On Me is a big hit off of this one. And we were at work yesterday, and I was talking about this album, and I played it, and everyone knew it. Everyone started singing it. It's great. And it was an inventive video too for Much Music at the time, or MTV. How they did that video was just awesome. But great album, great band. Another hidden gem of mine, Ambrosia, American progressive rock band from LA. They had 5 top 40 hits, combination of prog rock and jazz fusion and soft rock as well. This is the debut album. Holding On to Yesterday is the big hit off of this one. Great debut. And Life Beyond LA, another big album. Big hit, How Much I Feel. Soft rock classic for sure. Then you got Atomic Rooster, great London-based band. So good. They are so good. This is a box set, kind of a blues rock, heavy rock from the 70s. You've got disc 1, Sleeping for Years. There's the guys there. And you got disc 2. Disc 3, which I have the In Hearing Of, which I have the vinyl version of. It's one of my favorites by them. And then Nice and Greasy, their 4th one. Yeah, so great band, Atomic Rooster. Love these guys, so good. What else we got? Great Canadian band, the Arkells, from Hamilton, Ontario. Hamilton, about 2 hours west of Toronto. But great alternative rock band. And what they did with this one, this is their latest release, because of the pandemic and because of the lockdown, they went and took all their heavier tracks and made them acoustic, like you were playing around a campfire. It's really good. It's so good. So great band, Arkells. Aerosmith Rocks, amazing album. I still got to get Toys in the Attic. I don't know why I don't have it, but yeah, Rocks. And we got Pump, some of their later stuff, 9 Lives, and their debut album. Make It, Mama Kin, Walking the Dog, Dream On, of course, the big hit for these guys. Put them on the map. And what can you say about this last band? Iconic band. Little band from Australia, AC/DC. Back in Black. Right after Highway to Hell. So this, I go between this one and this one is my favorite AC/DC albums. This one, Bon Scott, of course, Brian Johnson on this one. They were making this one before before Bon Scott's death. So I'm wondering what it would have sounded like if Bon Scott was on it, but it probably would have sounded just as good. But Brian Johnson just brought that extra oomph to the band. But 2 great albums. Then you got High Voltage. Black Ice, again, these aren't in any particular order. Black Ice, another great one. For those about to rock. Fly on the Wall. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, another great album. They're all good. They're all good. The Razor's Edge. And finally, their last one, and their latest, Power Up. Really, really good. It's a comeback album for these guys. Malcolm, of course, wasn't there. They have their nephew playing. Brian Johnson's voice is as good as ever. Yeah. The only thing I didn't find on this one was needed more lead guitar. But other than that, a great album. So there you have it, guys. There's A to Z's with the letter A's. Not sure when I'll do the B's. That may be a two-parter because I got a lot of B's. But anyway, love you all. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of the day. And we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.